Are you always coming up with ideas? Do you marvel at successful business owners? Do you hate being told what to do? Ever take things apart just to see how they work? Are you a dreamer? If you've answered yes to any of these questions, this podcast is for you. Welcome to the Entrepreneurial Enclave with Kevin Wortham, the podcast that focuses on building, maintaining, pivoting, planning, and investing in you, the entrepreneur. But first, a word from our sponsor.
Pro Tapes and Specialties is the world leader in tape manufacturing and specialty conversion with over 40 years of experience. In addition to our pro brand of high-quality specialty adhesive tapes, we provide contract converting services that help improve your profitability, streamline your supply chain, and reduce inventory cost. We offer the most complete range of converting capabilities in the industry, such as cloth tape, double-coated tape, specialty tape, paper tape, masking tape,
vinyl tape, carton sealing tape, adhesive transfer tape, duct tape, foam tape, electrical tape, filament tape, foil tape, reflective tape.
And the tape just keeps on rolling. Visit us online today at www.protapes.com or call us at 800-345-0234. Pro Tapes, it's just how we roll.
Welcome to another fantastic episode of the Entrepreneurial Enclave, Life's Coming Attraction. I am your host, Kevin Wortham. Today, I've got my very dear friend, Bishop Gaines, on the phone. How are you, brother? How are you?
How you feel, my brother Kev?
I am doing well. Bishop Gaines, so I know that you are traveling back and forth, and so kind of give me an update as to where you are now with your ministry.
Oh, wow. We're actually right now, this moment, in Tampa, Florida. And wow. I mean, it's been an amazing journey. But you do know, never forget, it all started right there in Trenton, New Jersey.
Absolutely. El-Bethel Church, yes.
Yes, sir. El-Bethel Baptist Missionary Baptist Church.
Yes, sir. Don't want to forget that. So what took your ministry, or when did you begin your ministry, or when did you decide that you needed to move your ministry down to Tampa?
Well, actually, to tell you the truth, God bless my mom and dad, Reverend Dr. John A. Gaines, yes. Dorothy Gaines. It was during the same time that they transitioned to go on and be with the Lord.
Yes.
And I came down to Florida for my daughter's college graduation.
Yes.
And I promise you, the Lord spoke to me clearly.
Yes.
Sitting there at the graduation, and he told me that it was time to make some major moves.
Wow.
And I promise you, I made the decision that night. We began to start planning, and not knowing one person, not knowing a soul.
Yes, sir.
We transitioned and we moved by faith. And being obedient to God, and we came on down to Tampa, and just look how God has blessed.
Wow. So he spoke to your heart, you shared this with your family, and you just began to move by faith. Wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
So,
yes.
But I want to understand this. So you say, when you say you were moving by faith, you had no idea which part of Tampa you were supposed to be in. You didn't know how the ministry was supposed to lay ground. You knew none of that.
No idea at all. And that's what's so amazing by listening and being obedient to the voice of the Lord. You know, he already got it planned. He already got it set up. We just gotta, we gotta just be obedient and get in alignment with him and just move, man.
Wow.
Yes.
So how long did it take you to set up your ministry in Tampa?
To be honest with you, it took about, I would say a year and a half.
Okay.
Year and a half, God began to put people in our lives, and we began to meet people, and it actually started at a complex.
Yes.
It started at a complex at a grocery store
Yes.
that had been vacant for 20-something years.
Yes.
And every day I would ride by that grocery store, and
Yes.
I was believing God, touching and agreeing. And then one day I went into one of the buildings that was open in this complex,
Yes.
and I began to talk with the people, and behold, the person that I was actually talking to never told me that they owned the entire place.
Wow.
And after speaking with her, she then spoke with, I believe, her husband, the partners, and they came back. We had a meeting, and after the meeting, they looked at me and said, "We believe in you. We believe in what you're doing and even what you want to do. Here is the key."
Whoa. What a blessing.
I knew then. I knew then that it was God.
Wow. Wow.
Yes, sir.
Wow. That's all
yes,
right.
Sir.
Now, so Bishop, you've got the keys now, but you still know no one in the Tampa area.
Not one person.
So
it literally took us 3-4 months to clean it out, get the cobwebs out, get everything rolling, the electric. I mean, the place was a mess. Just imagine a grocery store sitting 20+ years.
Yes.
It was tore up from the floor up. But we went in at the same time. We were doing a gathering at the university at Tampa for the young people.
Yes.
So we began to cover them, and we began to pray and do a Bible study, and then we made history. We even made history. My daughter that was there started the first ever gospel choir at the university. So we made history. And we had over 50, 60 young people in the choir.
Yes.
In the choir from all over the world. They were from all over the world. Bahamas, Caicos.
Yes.
They were from everywhere. And then they began to believe in the vision that we had.
Yes.
And then that's how we began to go over and do a great work to get that place opened up. Once we got opened up and we start serving over 3,000 people that lived in this apartment complex, we start serving them free. The kids would come to our after-school program. We would feed them. We would get the kids from the college and tutor them. People begin to come and want to know, who is this?
Yes.
And God sent the people, man. And from there, we ended up remodeling the whole building. From there, we began to start a Wednesday night service. From there, we began to do a Sunday service, and it's just amazing what God has done.
Wow. Now, so what are your plans for your Tampa church? You're gonna grow that location?
Well, it's crazy that you're saying that. We're literally outgrowing where we are now. But as you know, we are really, really strong. We are a strong ministry.
Yes.
Our name is Better Life. And my father instilled in me years ago. He said, the name of your church, the name of the ministry, and just be reminded of this one thing, that Better Life is El-Bethel, because he gave us his grace, his okay for the change when the mantle came, for even the change of the name. So we're still operating under that blessing from Dr. Gaines and Mother Gaines, but we are growing to a place, man, that, like I said, we're community-based.
Yes.
Everything we do is about the people.
Yes.
And everything we instill and inject into the people is a better life.
Wow.
And we are doing such a great work here through the grace of God that we had one of the top realtors in the Bay Area come and actually 2 months ago, she actually gave us 7 acres of land. Oh my God.
What?
She gave us 7 acres of land.
Wow.
And now our plan and our vision is to not only build there to grow to where God wants us to be, but we're going to put housing, we're going to put a gymnasium, we're going to put a performing arts academy. God is just blessing, man. It's just blessing. You know when you listen to God, when listen, you can have the right gift.
Yes.
You can have all the right tools, but you can be in the wrong place to
Absolutely.
where they don't operate.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
So you know when it's God when He starts sending people to you to give you exactly what you need.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Brother Gaines, that is fantastic. So you and I just made the reconnection, but I want to share this with you before we get into the reconnection. I started following you on Facebook, and I think maybe about a month ago, and it might have been longer, you were blessing people at the pump. Tell me about that. How did that come about?
Oh, my goodness, man. Oh, my goodness. God has blessed us, man, to be able to be in covenant.
Yes.
I want to say in covenant because not in connection, but we're in covenant.
Yes.
Because when you're in connection or you're in contract, if someone doesn't hold up their part of the bargain, then it's over.
Yes.
You fall out.
Yes.
You're no longer friends. But when you're in covenant with people, when you're even at your lowest point or place in life, they still bring you up. No
Yes.
matter what goes on, when they're in covenant with you, they got you. So God had given me that idea from hearing people say that they may have to quit their job, work from home because they couldn't afford gas.
Yes.
I couldn't make it to church because it was either come to church or go to work. And it really was heavy on me. And I said, wow, well, what I want to do at least be able to give the people a week or two of cushion
Yes.
with gas if possible.
Yes.
So then we went and we began to meet with the right people that's in covenant with us. And when I tell you, we blessed hundreds and hundreds of people with thousands and thousands of gallons of gas. And I mean, some people, man, the tears didn't stop coming down their face, man. We literally have footage
Yes.
of people pulling up and their light was on their gas tank of empty.
Yes. Wow.
And ain't that God? You'll pull in empty,
Yes.
but you'll leave full.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So it was just a blessing.
Yes.
Listen, it was such a blessing. We couldn't even leave the gas station, get back to the church
Yes.
to prepare to, go to our homes and stuff. And the news showed up, man.
Yes.
It was crazy.
Yes.
It was crazy. So it was crazy that we could impact. And then we had a few other people give us a call wanting it to come to their areas.
Wow.
So we're planning to even partner with a ministry in those areas to
Yes.
come and bless those areas as well.
Now, Bishop, I want to ask this question. So why did you think that you had to move into the development business or the development area of developing homes for people? Why did you think that was another part of your calling?
Well, what happened was we began here a food giveaway called Hunger No More.
Yes.
And the first week we did it, people showed up.
Yes.
And then we had calls coming in that they needed food and could not get to the location.
Yes.
So then my wife, who is, she's a mastermind. She's behind a lot of things that happen and occur at our ministry of Better Life.
Yes.
She puts these things together, man, and she unbelievable. But then she began to say that why do people have to show up to get the food, and they may not have transportation?
Yes.
Why not take it to them?
Gotcha.
And we began to take numbers and addresses, and Hunger No More would deliver you food every week to your door.
Wow.
So we began to go to different places that were in a great need for food, and their living conditions
Yes.
was unbelievable. I mean,
Gotcha.
it was unbelievable that we were witnessing how people were living.
Yes.
So then we went and we incorporated another division of our community-based outreach from not only Hunger No More,
Yes.
but also Homeless No More.
Wow.
And what we did is we developed that so that we can get people into our program
Yes.
to, teach them, educate them, wellness and health and all of that, money management, all of that. And now God has placed us to have properties where we let them come in, no charge. After we get them where they need to be, they get their own job. Now
Yes.
they can play a little bit at a time, as well as get their own space. From
Yes.
there, we're creating some partnerships now to where we build, so they can move into the apartment. From the apartment, they can move into the house or the condo, and from that, we're praying that we will be able to build enough homes to where people can actually buy the home from us and become a home owner.
Wow. Now, Bishop, how long have you been in Tampa? How long have you've left this area?
11 years.
And you have done a lot in 11 years, man.
Oh, man. Listen, God has done a lot through me in 11 years.
Yes. Bishop, I stand corrected. Wow. So now I know recently you just started coming back to Trenton for services. What brought that about, Bishop?
The cause, the magnitude of people.
Yes.
Now, let me explain. We never left.
Understood.
We never left.
Understood.
I mean, we were there for our ministry there in Trenton, New Jersey, surrounding areas, never left. Before the pandemic even hit,
yes,
we were on our call line. We call it our empowerment line for years before the pandemic ever hit. So what everybody started doing, or should I say what everybody was forced to do,
yes,
they kind of came down on me for doing it before the pandemic even happened.
Gotcha.
Ain't that just like God?
Yes, sir.
You got to watch.
Yes, sir.
You got to watch what you say and how you treat people, because you might be in that same situation one day.
Yes.
So they were saying, how is he having church on a call line and he's all the way in Florida? Now look, the whole world had to do it for 2 years. The whole world had to do it.
Yeah.
But we believe that it was time to come back because it was a big demand. Everybody was saying, we want to go back into the building. We want to do in person. We feel as though that it is a need, and that's what we're all about. We're about ministry. If you're asking, and then we can do something to help and make that happen, we're going to do it. So we decided to come back. We're doing a service twice a month. And as God leads, if it desires that it's every week, then that's what it's going to be.
Wow.
Yep.
Now, Bishop, I want to use this phrase with you, and I hope not to offend, but I want to use that to take us to the next question. Would you consider, because this is the entrepreneurial podcast, right?
Yes, sir.
Would you consider yourself like a spiritual entrepreneur?
No doubt.
Okay.
No doubt.
Okay.
No doubt, because I believe now nothing we've done, we've ever said a dollar amount. This is what we need to make. This is how it needs to happen.
Yes.
But I'm a firm believer that when you take care of God's business, God will be able to take care of your business.
Amen.
I say that to say this. Volunteers, we get every day, all day. I just had a therapist come to me on yesterday and asked if him and his wife can be volunteers for our summer performing arts school.
Wow.
And I say this. We've had people volunteer their time, but God has positioned us and placed us to where now they're employees of Better Life.
What?
You understand? So they started out as volunteers, but now they're employees of Better Life. So I say this, whenever you have the right intention and the heart of God to be able to be a blessing to people, everything you need is going to line up. You understand? The finances are going to line up. The land is going to line up. The building is going to line up. You know? So, I mean, it's just amazing, man. I've been in business, though, Kev, let me explain to you, though, from a young guy, from a young guy. My dad put that in me. You know, I even would cut my own yard, and my dad would promise me $15. So I was out there cutting the grass when it didn't even need to be cut because I knew he would give me $15. He would tell me, "You just cut it yesterday." I said, "Yeah, but I think it grew a little quick this time." So he put that entrepreneur spirit on me at a very, very young age. And I tell people all the time that wanting to be an entrepreneur or that is an entrepreneur, whenever you reach a need of the people, you're going to be successful.
Absolutely.
Whenever you reach a need or you create something that the people need, you're going to be successful. And I tell everybody to stay humble. The way you treat people, they may lose your product. They may lose whatever it is you did for them, but they'll never forget how you treated them. They'll never forget that.
Now, I just want to take a break and just share this story with you. And I'm quite sure you recall because you were instrumental. I had started a vending machine business. And I came to you and we spoke and you allowed me to have my vending machine businesses, my 2 vending machines in your church. And I would always remember the one time your father would greet us. No matter where you are or who you were, he would always say, "How you doing? Good to see you." And man, your father's voice and his image, every time I think of that, just resonates with me. So I understand, brother. And again, I just thank you for being one of those people that allowed me to place my vending machine because you was helping me on my own entrepreneurial venture. So
come on, sir. Come on, sir. That's what it's all about. If we help each other, man, if we help each other, that'll make life so much better.
Yes. Now, Bishop, here we go. 5 years from now, where is your ministry? Are you expanding beyond Tampa? 5 years from now.
Wow, this is crazy. You're speaking like this, man. You're all were you in our meeting on Tuesday?
No, I wasn't.
You had to be in our meeting. We're actually in the works now. Talking about a few areas for Better Life to go to, ministry to go to. And we're looking as early as August for our next location, which I really wish I could say what state it was, but I don't want them inboxes to start coming in yet.
Understood, Bishop.
but listen, I'm going to just put it out there like this. It's in the Carolinas.
All right.
Yeah, so we got a big, strong need for some things to happen. And we're going to go and just see how we can be a blessing to that community in that area.
Wow. So, but you're right. So I'm going to wish you nothing but successful blessings and prayers as you move forward. And I know your ministry is going to be a success. I just want to give you some time on the platform without me asking any questions. Is there anything that you want the listening audience to know about your ministry and how you move in God's time?
Well, the first thing is Better Life.
Yes.
I mean, who doesn't want a better life?
Yes.
Who doesn't want a better life? I mean, some of the people that have everything still need a better life.
Yes.
And I just tell the people of God just to stay encouraged, man, stay inspired, and stay in line.
Yes.
Your time will come. Your
Yes.
time will definitely come. And we teach it every day.
Yes.
We teach it every day, man, that it's got to be something better.
Yes.
It's
Absolutely.
got to be something better. And we believe that it will get better. You know what I
Yes.
mean? So that's how much faith we have. No matter what your situation is, no matter what you're dealing with, it will get better. But the first step to it getting better is you believing.
Yes.
You got to believe that it can get better.
Yes. Now, Bishop, during the pandemic, your ministry, how did you deal with people that were having some of the trauma of just being, like you said, losing, their house, losing food, and losing hope? How did your church help these folks overcome that level of trauma?
Well, what we did was the first thing when we seen that it was more serious than what people thought.
Yes.
We began to be that middle person.
Yes.
That went out and began to get resources.
Yes.
Begin to get companies.
Yes.
Begin to get major manufacturers and entrepreneurs together to let them know that, listen, at one time, these people were the ones coming in buying cars,
Yes.
buying homes,
Yes.
shopping in your store.
Yes.
So this is a great opportunity for you to give back to those people that have supported you for years.
Yes.
And I mean, things just start coming in, man. They start rolling in. I'm going to be honest with you. We have some people that live in the community of our church
Yes.
that tell us every week, if it had not been for Better Life, I don't know what we would have done. Some of them still aren't working,
Wow.
but yet they got food on their table.
Yes.
You understand? So,
Yes.
I mean, it's just amazing. And now we've even got another resource that is coming in and meeting with our team
Yes.
to do employment, with some of these different businesses in the Bay Area.
Wow.
So we don't encourage them not to work,
Yes.
but we encourage them that, it's going to get better. So
Yes.
now we have a resource where they can come and don't even have to go all the way to the warehouse or
Yes.
Amazon or none of those places. They can come to our location,
Yes.
get on that computer and fill out the application and have their interview by Zoom, everything right there. And let me tell you this, Gabs, it's going to blow you away. They may not have clean clothes. They may not have clothes at all.
Wow.
We'll dress them too for the interview.
Wow. Come on, Bishop. Come on. That's all right. That's all right,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Wow. You guys continue to be a blessing. One of the things that I find so interesting as I do this podcast is the church has always been fundamentally and foundationally rooted to the Black community. When no
Yes,
one else
sir.
stood up for us, it was the Black church. Do you see that there is, as you and I get older, do you see that there's a falling away because the Black community no longer sometimes is connected to the Black church?
Yes.
Okay.
And if you really narrow it down,
Yes.
the church is all we really have.
Yes.
I used to say years ago, you can go to a church service and whatever you want is in the church.
Yes.
You don't need a phone book. You
Yes.
don't need to Google nothing. Whatever you need is in the you go to any church and holler out, I need a plumber. Somebody's
Yes.
going to give you 5 names.
Yes.
Everything is in that church. But we have, for some reason,
Yes.
and I really don't want to touch it. We probably don't have time, but for some reason,
Yes.
we as believers have gotten lackadaisical. We have gotten to a place, and I don't want to say spoiled,
Yes.
but there's something about just being in the presence of the Lord.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And the Bible says that where 2 or 3 are touching and agreeing.
Yes.
You feel me? You got to get back in the church.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because you might be sitting next to an angel.
Yes. Yes.
You know, we can't forget where we come from.
Yes.
And a lot of times I do talk to people, and I was just in the city, and I was at the Dunkin' Donuts, and a young lady and her kids came up, and all they did the entire time talked about El-Bethel.
Yeah. Okay.
El-Bethel. El-Bethel. Everything came out El-Bethel. And she went on to say even that my father married her parents.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So it's a lot of history there. And my words to the people of God, just remember what brought you over back then.
Yes.
that God will never change. He's the same today, tomorrow. He's the same. So that same blessing, that same covering that was back then is now.
Yes.
You know, don't change on him, because he'll never change on you.
Yes. Bishop,
yes, sir.
Come on, somebody.
Yes,
Man, you and I can talk for days. I am so glad that you and I were able to make that connection. And
yes, sir.
With the time that we have left, is there anything else you want the listening audience to know about your growing ministry, both in Trenton and in Tampa?
Well, all I'm going to say is that God is amazing.
Yes,
God is good. He is better than good. And how I know that to be so, I remember hearing stories of my father tell us how he came to Trenton, New Jersey.
Yes.
And he didn't know anyone.
Yes.
Him and my mother eloped, left, came to Trenton after being in Dallas, Texas for a few months.
Yes.
Ended up with family in Trenton, New Jersey. And we would sit there and listen to these stories and say, this has to be impossible, when we would go over to the church and hundreds of people sitting there.
Yes.
We just couldn't understand it. But when you listen to God,
yes,
when God gives you a vision, he also gives you provision.
Yes.
And when I received that mantle from him, I believe there's so much that was transferred from his life over to my life, and
yes,
from our family life to my family's life now, that it was just God. We're almost doing the same thing that he did coming
yes,
to Trenton as we came to Tampa.
Got you.
You understand? Listen, I tell people this. I tell people this all the time. I talk about my dad probably every day. My mom every day.
Yes.
Trenton every day. I talk
yes,
about it every day. And one of the things that amazes me is that when I go to Trenton, where I was born and raised, Mercer Hospital,
yes,
305 Euclid Avenue,
yes,
the section, that's where I was born and raised. Listen, I was known as Reverend Gang's son.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I was known as Reverend Gang's son.
Yes.
Now, people say to me, I wish I could have met your father the way you talk about.
Yes.
Huh? You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So now, God sent me to an area. God sent me to an area where everything that my parents instilled in me and in my family, we would have a opportunity to build like they built.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's amazing, man. It's been an amazing journey.
Now, with you, just a few more questions. I may take a few more minutes. With your ministry in Tampa, what do you think is your largest challenge that you've got to overcome?
Largest challenge,
yes,
that we would have to overcome here.
Yes.
I'm gonna be real honest with you, Kev, and that probably would be the way we church.
Yes.
is keeping them air conditions running. Man,
Gotcha.
it get hot here, man. it get hot here. When I tell you, like I say, you know you're doing the right thing.
Yes.
You know you're doing the right thing. You know you're in the right place when the blessings of the Lord just continues to flow.
Yes.
Even though we all have obstacles, we all have challenges.
Yes.
But what's been amazing here, that every challenge we're up against, God sends help.
Yes.
You understand?
I understand.
He sends help, man, and it's just been. And let me just tell you this: we had a gentleman that came by, met me, and he said, "Listen, man, I just want to, be a part."
Yes.
He said, "I just want to be a part." I said, "Okay, no worries, man." I said, "Well, we have a organ, but it's at another location." He said, "Okay." I said, "But our music ministry is unbelievable,
Yes.
awesome. You feel me?
Yes.
We believe, music, man. I don't care if a beast come in there. You start singing worship and praises, that
Yes.
beast gonna sit down.
Absolutely.
You understand?
Absolutely, yes.
It's gonna calm the beast."
Yes.
So we believe in a strong music ministry. So I told the gentleman, and I didn't even know who I was really talking to. He said to me, "Oh, okay, so that's your desire." I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, listen, man, keep doing what you're doing and believe in God to make a way."
Yes.
I promise you, it wasn't 2 weeks. He asked me to meet him at the church.
Yes.
Had an organ being delivered, sitting on the stage.
Wow.
It's almost you have not because you ask not.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
And I do believe this: when people see you being effective in other people's lives,
Yes.
and when I say that, Kev, I mean we've actually seen people couldn't walk, limping, walking now.
Yes.
People wearing glasses. They haven't wore their glasses since they been prayed for and believe in God.
Yes.
I've seen people losing their cars and then getting a brand new car.
Yes.
You understand? So when your ministry is being effective in people's lives, other people see that and just want to connect and be a part.
Yes.
You understand?
Understand, Bishop. Understand.
Yes, sir.
Wow. It was like having church online, just like you. But
Come
you're
on,
used
man.
to you're
Come
used
on.
to this.
You know what? Listen, when it's in you, man, it's in you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Listen, Bishop, with the time we have left, any final words you want to share with us?
Man, I just want to thank you.
Yes.
Personally, I want to thank you for having me on your show. You're doing amazing, a great job, and
Thank you, Bishop.
you ain't seen nothing. You ain't seen nothing yet, man. Some
Yes, sir.
doors are getting ready to open for you, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, God's gonna blow your mind in this season
Yes, sir.
that's coming up, and you just get ready, man. You just get ready because it's going to go beyond what
Yes.
you're doing now. You're going to touch millions.
Yes, brother, I receive and I hear and I thank you for those words, Bishop. I thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, man.
Yes, listen. I want to wish you and the family nothing but continued success and blessings.
Thank you.
And we'll see you the next time that you're in Trenton, Bishop. And so
I'll see you next week, man. Looking forward to it, man.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
And we gotta stay connected, man. Stay connected
You know
because
that
I
we
believe
are.
great things are about to happen for us.
Absolutely, Bishop. Okay, we'll talk in text later on, Bishop. Thank you so much.
All right. Appreciate you, sir.
All right, thank you.
All
man.
right, my brother.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That concludes another episode of the Entrepreneurial Enclave with Kevin Wortham, the podcast that focuses on building, maintaining, pivoting, planning, and investing in you, the entrepreneur. We hope you found this episode informative and enlightening. If you have any questions or comments about any of our episodes, please call 609-731-9311 or email Kevin@minding our-business.com. We look forward to joining us for our next one. Until next time.